Hello, my lionesses. It has been too long, too long. I have missed you. I hope everyone can hear me nice and clearly. I'm coming to you from London, where I've been in lockdown for the last few weeks and feels like months already. But it is so good to finally be with you all this morning. I hope you're doing well. I know this has been a challenging time. I've spent so much time speaking to many of you on the phone and speaking to you on all of our various platforms, finding out what's happening in your lives, what's happening in your business, how you're managing and coping through these times. And I have to say, the one thing that I'm always blown away by our Lionesses of Africa, and through this tough time, you have really shown yourselves to be just the most inspirational women. You are getting through this crisis. You are innovating, you are thinking differently, you're thinking out of the box, you are trying to pivot, you're trying to look for new opportunities. And this webinar today is all about that. It's actually how we look this crisis and this new normal in the face, and we actually say, how do we continue to not just survive, but how do we continue to thrive? So I've taken some fascinating conversations with women that have really inspired me through this period of time. Women that have been established business owners, from fashion designers that, you know, we're all used to wearing their beautiful clothes and seeing their amazing, talented creations being turned out every day, and then suddenly getting a message saying, hey, my business is now all about how I respond to this crisis. So now I'm making face masks, or I'm making surgical gowns for doctors, and how they're reworking and reinventing those businesses to make sure that they're relevant and that they have markets to go to and they can continue to do business. So I'm blown away by that. I've been blown away by women entrepreneurs and their attitude to saying, look, I might have been in physical retail up to now, and I might have been used to having that face-to-face contact with my customers. And now I've had to close my stores, my malls are closed. The normal ways of doing business simply don't exist. But they've said, right, how do I do things differently? And they've said, we go virtual, we go digital. They're looking at how they are using their social media platforms to sell product and to sell business and to sell themselves as founders, and really inspire their customers to say, look, keep buying from us. You might not be able to collect the product right now, but keep buying from us. Keep us going. And I've been really, I have to say, really inspired and motivated by the Lionesses of Africa community coming together to support one another. I've seen women that have gone out of their way to say, listen, I know you're struggling. I know this might have been really tough for you right now. How can I help you? What can I do? Can we collaborate and do something together? How can I keep you going? And I've seen that time and time again. And that is the strength of a really amazing community. And that's the strength of Lionesses of Africa, all of you coming together to help one another. I've also seen event producers and people basically thinking about, well, we can't host events face-to-face anymore. And we know this. We've seen it ourselves at Lionesses of Africa. Under normal circumstances by now, we would have run a host of events across the continent in different cities, get together and hug our community and hug each other and say, you know, how we're doing, and getting together at our Lioness Lean-In events. And of course, we've not been able to do that. And for us now, this webinar today is really our move to going into a much more virtual environment, so that we can keep the community connected, we can keep inspiring, we can keep motivating, and making sure that you all feel connected to one another. So what we did, and this comes as a result of actually listening to all of you through this particular period, we said, what can we do best to support you? How can we actually be there for you, even if we can't be there in person? And the call was very much, we need to feel connected. We need to be able to share our experiences with one another. We need to be able to feel like we are getting together at those weekly, monthly events. And so we launched the Business Unusual portal. If you haven't been on it yet, go to the Lioness of Africa website, click on Business Unusual. You will see amazing, inspirational, motivational blogs, video clips, voice clips from our women entrepreneurs across the network, a lot from South Africa. I mean, I can tell you, I've been so impressed by women entrepreneurs wanting to share their experiences. So if you haven't been, they're really honest sharing of experiences, expertise, insights. Do yourself a favor. We would love to see and hear from you. We're going to be keeping Business Unusual going for quite a time. We're going to be in this unusual period for quite a time. So if you'd like to be part of it, if you'd like to share your expertise and experiences with our network, log onto our platform, Business Unusual, check it out. I would like to say thank you to everyone who's done that so far. You are inspirational, you've inspired me, and I know you've inspired so many other people. Today's event is all about getting reconnected, importantly, feeling re-energized. We all need that, let's be honest about it. It's about thinking differently. It's about thinking out of the box. Things are not going to go back to any sort of normal for a while. So we need to be able to shift gears in our own companies, to shift our way of thinking, and to really be ready to face this new environment. So remember, and this is my final thing before we get into the really cool, inspirational part of the session. Remember, as a Lioness of Africa member, a community member, you are never alone. There is another woman entrepreneur just like you out there, ready to be there for you, to be able to say hi when you need it, to be able to support you, do business with you, importantly. You're part of a 1 million strong and growing women community of entrepreneurs. Enjoy this morning's event. I look forward to seeing you again very soon. And I look forward to the day when we could all get together again in person and kind of look back on this really strange period. Enjoy this morning. Be inspired.